Thank you, Joel. It is looking beautiful here. We're going to be giving you a lot more from Mount Rushmore and the Black Hills of South Dakota. Right now, we'll go to Steve Bell in the news. Steve?
Thank you, Joan. Good morning, everyone. A third person...
It's 18 minutes after 8 right now. Over 350 miners, mostly miners, worked on this mountain 6.5 years out of a period of a total of 14. It was dangerous work. It was hot. It was dusty. And the work was very, very difficult. One of those men was Edwald Hayes. He is now 82, a miner, lives still right nearby Mount Rushmore. He's 82, as I just said, and he lives in Keystone. Howard Shaff is now the director of the Borglum, Rushmore Borglum Story Museum, and that's in Keystone as well. Howard, good morning. Edwald, good morning.
Good morning.
How do you describe how dangerous it was to work on this? You were, as the hoist operator, you didn't have to go right up on the top, but how dangerous was it?
Well, it wasn't so very dangerous. At first, you know, they just had a big mine barrel on there just to send up the tools and the equipment and the water and everything. And then it got to be, you see, they had to climb the stairway, 700, over 700.
Now, that was before the tramway went up there.
Yes.
They had to climb how many steps to get up?
700, over 700. Mm-hmm.
How frightening was it for the people that had to get up there on top?
Yeah, it took quite a while to get up there, about a half an hour, I guess. So.
How surprised are you that nobody in that whole 14-year period was killed in this whole process?
Well, it was quite unfortunate that there wasn't anyone killed. There was a few injuries, you know, once in a while. But
what kind of injuries? Was there anything that was serious or?
Well, they used to, what they would do, the drillers would drill in the morning, and the powder men would load the holes, and then at noon, 12 o'clock at noon, why the drillers would all go up and the powder men, and then they'd blast them off. But they'd have them loaded in all morning, see, and the lightning happened to strike with some of them there. One young fellow was right close to him where the charge went off. It blew him clear out into outer space, and all it done was blow his shoes off. He was
lucky fella.
Yeah, lucky, wasn't he?
Howard, who was Rushmore?
Charles Rushmore was a New York lawyer.
There's something inappropriate about that, but go ahead.
He came out to Black Hills around the turn of the century to look over some mining property that belonged to clients of his. Right. Actually, they were British mining interests. And he was riding through the hills with some local people and passed this beautiful cliff and said, "What do they call that?" And it had several local names. And they looked at each other and they go, put something on this dude and said, "Why, that's Mount Rushmore." And it stuck.
Howard, describe to me how it feels for you to be personally, obviously professionally involved, but to be personally involved in something as magnificent as this.
Audrey and I came to Mount Rushmore in 1977 from our Connecticut home as tourists. Went back to Connecticut and said to each other, we're going to find a way to get out there. And literally changed our life, changed our lifestyle, started the research for our Borglum biography, contacted Dr. Pankratz, who owns the Borglum story, got our present jobs, and became South Dakotans. So it changed our life.
Edwald, how does it feel to you to look up at that magnificent mountain, even this building, and realize you helped build this building? How much does that mean to you?
Well, quite an honor, I think. And the older I get, the more I feel wonderful about the thing, and that I really worked there at such small wages at that time. You know, and
how much did you make when you were working?
Well, when we first started in 1932, we got 30 cents an hour, and if we